joining us during our weekly hybrid MLS breakfast meeting. My name is Rosa Santivayan from Realty Solutions and Olivia Anderson, along with me, are your program chair for the month of August. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, guided by Richard Zaletta.
Good morning, everybody. Please place your right hand over your heart and join us as we salute this great country. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States.
Thank you, Richard. And now we'll have our inspirational quote from Mackenzie.
Good morning, everybody. So our inspirational quote of the day is from Thomas Edison. Our greatest weakness lies in giving up. The most certain way to succeed is always just try one more time. So if you fail at something today, just try it one more time and maybe something good will happen.
If you're a member and would like to make an announcement, please fill out an announcement form located to my left. Return completed forms to Glen. Thank you. A few housekeeping tips. All participants on Zoom will be muted upon entry to the MLS breakfast meeting. And should you have a question or a comment, please remember to enter it into the chat box. Please remember to join us weekly as we will have our hybrid MLS breakfast meeting every Thursday morning at 9 a.m. As always, this meeting is being recorded and will be available online on your YouTube channel, West San Gabriel Valley Realtors. Please remember to follow WSGBR social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can also watch all our pre-recorded videos on YouTube. Join our text message group for updates. Text WSGBR to the number 888-301-2201. Today's agenda consists of our affiliate spotlight, Tiffany Wenzel of JP Morgan Private Bank, and our guest speakers, Jacqueline Cheou, Champion Escrow, Alina Cheou, Glen Escrow, and Silvia Mora from Loyalty Escrow. I'm sorry, one more. And Alba Moy from Moy Escrow. Never miss that one. Just a reminder that to be eligible for today's drawing, you must be a WSGBR member and be in person in the association. We will be having an attendance drawing, Amazon gift card drawing, and a 50-50 raffle. Today, our affiliate spotlight will be brought to you by the affiliate committee chair, Lina Sankari of US Bank, and Vice Chair Teresa Nguyen of Loan Direct. Take it away, Tiffany.
Hi, everyone. I'm going to try to make this quick, but 3 minutes was kind of hard to stay in line with. I'm going to let my slide tell the rest of my story as I present my speech. My name is Tiffany Wenzel. I have a background in psychology. Fun fact about me is over the pandemic, I taught myself how to design digital vectors for laser cutting and engraving as a hobby. I work for JP Morgan's private bank. I've been in the financial industry for about 20 years. My 20-year experience includes stops at IndyMac, Wells Fargo, Merrill Lynch, Bank of America, US Bank, and JP Morgan. I'd like to clear up some misconceptions about JP Morgan Private Bank and Chase Private Client. The private bank is global and services ultra high net worth individuals. Chase Private Client is national and at the retail branch level. As an individual's financial journey advances, they will have outgrown the capabilities of retail banking. This is when the private bank steps in, providing specialized financial services for both sides of the balance sheet: deposits, lending credit, investment advice, retirement, trust estate, and legacy planning. My client net worth ranges from 10 million to 1 to 3 billion in assets. I'm able to help with tax-aware borrowing, trust and estate planning and review, Delaware trustee services, investment strategies involving properties under LLC, executive compensation advisory, donor advised funds, or nonprofit foundation establishment and advisory for philanthropic needs and tax deductions. One of my niche areas is the ability to pledge assets so clients can present a stronger, more competitive cash offer. This can be converted, be converted into a mortgage loan after closing. Interest on pledged assets are tax deductible uncapped for investment, unlike that of personal caps imposed on mortgage interest deductions. Since we own the loans at JP Morgan, we can offer downward rate adjustments with minimal to no fee for qualified loans. For your clients who prefer privacy, we can also lend directly to LLCs. In summary, the private bank experience is about providing tailored financial solutions that cater to unique needs. If you or someone you know could benefit from this, I'd love to help. Thanks for your time.
I'll just hold it like this. Olivia, we also want to remember all our other affiliates. Please support them. We will now have our affiliate introductions for today. All paid affiliates that are present today, line up, please. No promotions. This is just a simple announcement and a greeting. We'll begin with affiliates in person. Please walk off towards the door after your greeting.
Start it off. Start the parade.
Right, Chris is here. Good morning, everyone. My name is Cosmo Sanchez, and I am a mortgage lender with New Aim Funding. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Chris Hahn with Guild Mortgage. Have an awesome day.
Good morning, Sam Yu, and I'm with Primerica Mortgage.
Good morning, Sue Cheou with Deposit Management. Have a great Labor Day weekend.
Good morning, everybody. Oriana Chan with Prime Lending.
Good morning, San Gabriel Valley, Robert Simon with California Gold Coast Home and Commercial Inspections. See you soon.
Good morning, Bob Cheou with Champion Escrow.
Morning, everybody. Mackenzie Hong with Morrison Plus Property Inspection.
Good morning, Jeff Bird with Western Rooter Club. Thank you.
Happy Thursday, everyone. Escrow with the Chesapeake Bank and also with the Asian Real Estate Association of America Package Chapter. Have a good day.
Good morning, Eduardo Higuchi with New York Life.
Good morning, everyone. John Sam from Budget Points. Have a great day.
Good morning, everyone. Joe Haggerty with Orange Coast Title.
Good morning, Paige Gomez, my NHG. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Good morning, Richard Zaletta, ACG Funding.
Good morning, everyone. Brandon Spransky with First American NHD. Have a fantastic day.
Good morning. My name is Phoebe Liu from Misas Bank. I'm local commercial as well as home loan officer. You guys have a wonderful long weekend. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Alba Moy from Moy Escrow. Have a great day. Good morning, everyone. Silvia Mora with Loyalty Escrow.
Good morning, everyone here and on Zoom. Lucia Tam representing CarePon, Chinese American Real Estate Professionals Association. Have a great Labor Day weekend.
Good morning, everybody. Yolanda Martinez Arenas, WFG National Title Company. Have a wonderful long Labor Day weekend. Remember, we are closed on Monday, so is the county recorder's office. Enjoy that extra day.
Buenos dias. My name is Esmeralda and I do home staging.
Good morning, Jacqueline Cheou from Champion Escrow. Thank you for being here for our escrow panel.
Good morning, Alina Cheou from Glen Escrow.
Hi, good morning, Carlos Rodriguez, Lewis Group of Companies. Good morning, David Tran with Home Call Home Warranty. Just remember, thou shalt not labor on Labor Day.
Good morning, everybody. Nancy Chan, Lawyer's Title. We labor agents, don't we? Have a great day.
Good morning, everyone. I know your time is very loyal to the Tiffany Winslow from JP Morgan's Private Bank, and thank you so much for allowing me to speak.
Next, we'll call our affiliates who are with us online. John Wax.
Good morning, everyone. John Wax with Snap NHD Natural Hazard Disclosure Reports. Have a wonderful day and a fun and safe Labor Day long weekend.
Thank you. Judy Chow from AA Capital.
Good morning, Judy Chow, Senior Loan Officer. Have a great week and great weekend.
Thank you. Sandy Franco, First American.
Good morning, everyone. Sandy Franco, First American Home Warranty. Enjoy the cooler Labor Day weekend.
Mark Wu, AMS Insurance,
Mark Wu is not here.
not here. All right. Well, thank you very much. The West San Gabriel Valley Realtors Foundation is doing a silent auction each week. Please visit the silent auction table to bid on the items that you're interested in. We're happy to include open pitching to our hybrid MLS breakfast meeting. Remember, if you would like to pitch your listing, you must go to the West San Gabriel Valley .com site. Click on open pitch, fill out the caravan request form, and submit it no later than Tuesday midnight of the week that you want to pitch. Today, we have no pitches. All right. Is she pitching? No, nobody's pitching, right? Okay. Okay, President's message, please welcome the West San Gabriel Valley Realtors President, Ling Cheou.
Good morning, everybody. I don't come up to stage that often, so when I come up, that means I want to share with you. I want to share with you something happened over this weekend with NAR. If you guys don't know what NAR is, the National Association of Realtors. Back in September of 26, early in the morning, I think maybe a lot of you received a letter from Tracy Casper, the president-elect of NAR, regarding the article that was in New York Times on Saturday. So regarding discrimination, harassment, and sexual harassment, all the wonderful things that happens in this world. So after that, right after that, our current president, Kenny Parcell, has resigned. And our new president is going to be the president-elect, Tracy Casper. And immediate following that, our president of CAR, Jennifer Brancini, sent out another message. So everybody's very concerned about these issues that happened over this weekend. Discrimination, harassment, retaliation, and misconduct are not and will not be tolerated in any shape or form. So we are very, very serious about this. And I think I have ESP because in March of this year, our board director has passed a motion that all BOD has to take a sexual harassment class. And so I think, we're ahead of the game. I want to assure you this will never happen in our association. And all the things that happens at NAR right now, give them time and support to sort out the problem they have right now. So for that said, I also want you guys to support against new email that sent out today regarding Preserve Prop 13. So CAR is opposing ACA 13 by Assemblyman Ward and about voting, how they want to vote on this. So please understand there's a red alert out there. We urge you to oppose, it means against, right? Why you guys look at me like really serious here today? Don't look so serious, okay? We don't have sexual harassment here, okay? But I just need to tell you guys about this, okay? And then oppose the ACA 13, okay? Thank you very much for giving me time.
Thank you, Lynn. Bringing that very important issue to our attention. So good, we have the good guys here, so thank you for that. So let's welcome Jim Clark, West San Gabriel Valley Realtors Government Affairs Director, who will be introducing our special guest speaker, Sasha Perez, candidate for the California State Senate 25th District.
Jim is on Zoom.
And
He is on Zoom.
and doing it via Zoom. I'm sorry I couldn't be with you guys today. But real quickly, Sasha Perez is an LA City Council, I'm sorry, an Alhambra City Council member. She's an educator and civil rights advocate who champions equitable access to higher education and lifting up California working families. She's deeply committed to advocating for policies that create social, racial, and economic justice. With that said, I'm going to let her talk about herself instead of going on with her bio. But I want you all to please welcome a candidate for the State Senate District 25, and this is our last in a series. But please welcome Sasha Perez.
Thank you, and thank you for that introduction, Jim. I really appreciate it. It's a pleasure to be with you all this morning. I'm very excited. My name is Sasha Renee Perez. I'm actually vice mayor now. As of this Monday, we just did a rotation over on the Alhambra City Council. So very excited to be serving our community of Alhambra as vice mayor. I was elected back in 2020, and since then we've had a whirlwind of events. As you know, back in 2020 we were dealing with a pandemic, and so it was a lot to navigate as I was coming in as an elected official, making sure that our communities felt safe, that they had the resources that they need to protect themselves, that we were getting vaccines to our residents in a timely manner. It was very busy. It was a very crucial time. I'm very excited to be running for the state senate. I've worked in state policy for a very long time. Most of my work has focused on the higher education end. I've done a lot of work around Cal Grant expansion, making sure that our California students have the kind of financial aid that they need in order to go to college and be successful in college. I'm sure all of you know just how expensive tuition has become. And on top of that, housing, food, everything else that students have to pay for in order to attend university. Some of my priorities and some that would be really relevant to you all is housing, right? I think that we realize that purchasing a home is one of the biggest ways that our families and communities of color can begin to build wealth. And for my family, it was certainly the first way that we got to build wealth. And both my mother and my father, on top of owning their own homes, owned several investment properties. And that meant a lot for us as a working class Latino family to be able to build wealth, not just for both my parents, but for us, for myself and my sibling as well. I want to see more of that be able to happen across the state. We need more access to home ownership. I think we're at a time in California where it's becoming much more difficult to be able to access a home. We've seen the state roll out a number of programs to increase homeowner access, but very quickly that money will be used up because we see so many folks eager to take advantage of it and eager to become a first-time homeowner. We need to begin to build on those programs. At the local level, I can tell you our city, we have a very small first-time homeowner program that we have, but there's not a lot of funding attached to it right now. And I know the state, when they do have programs, it's very limited in the funding. We need to see more investment going there. And I'm really excited to be able to do that. I think this is the way that we build out the middle class. It's the way that we build wealth for communities of color, whether that's Latino communities, Asian American communities, Black communities. It's truly home ownership. So excited to be here, excited to serve you all. And I look forward to working with you all in the years to come. So thank you all so much. I wasn't sure if anyone had any questions for me or Jim, if you wanted me to answer anything, but.
All right, thank you very much. Are there any questions?
I can ask a question. Just to keep the conversation going, it's Jim. Sasha, there are 4 women in this race, so we know that the next senator from SD 25 is going to be a woman, which is great. How do you see yourself separating from the other 3? What do you expect to do in your campaign to kind of rise above the other 3?
Certainly. No, I appreciate the question, Jim. And I have to say, it is a real honor to be in a race with 3 other women. I think this is a time, in politics where we're seeing women of different backgrounds come and run for office. And there's something really exciting about that. I'll tell you, when I first ran for office in Alhambra, I ran against the incumbent as well as somebody else, but they were both men. So it's really cool to get to run with so many talented women. I think what really makes me very different from my other opponents that I'm running against is the fact that I've spent my entire career working in state policy. I'm very familiar with the issues that we're dealing with at a statewide level. When I first started working in state policy in 2009, that was a time when we saw budget cuts and there were some really hard decisions being made
at the state level around our budget, around education funding. And I was there for many of those tough conversations and a part of many of those big decisions that were made. We are going to be entering into some pretty tough budget decisions in the years to come. I think many folks have heard talks of a recession now for the last 2 years. I think I'm the person best equipped to enter into those conversations and to be a part of some of those tough budget negotiations and make sure that our San Gabriel Valley is getting their fair share of funding. And in addition to that too, as I mentioned before, I've worked on a lot of state policy that I'm going to need to continue working on as a state legislator. One of the last bills I worked on, the Cal Grant Equity Framework, would have expanded access to Cal Grants for 500,000 college students in the state. So if you can think about that and your own children, that would have meant that they have more access to financial aid when applying to the UC or the CSU. The bill was passed, it wasn't quite funded, and so I expect to be elected to the legislature and need to continue work on that. So I have lots of unfinished business, but I think that I have the correct skill set to really get in there and get things done.
So that's all the time we have for questions as of right now. We don't know if Sasha Perez will be staying after our meeting or not. If not, we'll catch her around town and we'll follow her throughout the race. Oh, she's staying.
Hi, today we have wonderful panelists here, the guest speakers. We have, on my right, I see, we have Jacqueline Cheou, Alina Cheou, Silvia Mora, and Alba Moy. These are our escrow panelists.
Hey, and I'm your moderator, Carlos Rodriguez. So it looks like we've got a cooling trend coming. Thank God that the heat should ease on us. No, they really are all serious looking. Everybody's got to like shake it up a little bit. All right, got some smiles going on. Okay, so let's go with the questions. I'm gonna start with Jacqueline Cheou with Champion Escrow. What are the issues when buyers' funds are not coming from their own account?
Have you guys ever had a deal where you had asked for proof of funds and the buyer shows you a bank account, a bank statement showing all the funds already in the bank account? But when it comes to sending funds to escrow, they send funds from many different accounts. And to make things complicated, they will send funds from other people's accounts. Well, first of all, it's important to know that if the funds are not coming from the buyer's account, it is considered third-party funds. And we cannot use those funds until it is signed off by that person. And now that instruction, we call that third-party instructions. And closings quite often can be delayed if we cannot get that person to sign those third-party instructions. And if the funds had come from a company account, we will also need the company documents to verify the authorized signer signing those instructions. And very often, they don't have those documents readily available and send them fast enough. So we had this all cash transaction where it was supposed to close very quickly. But when the buyer was sending closing funds to escrow, they had sent 25 different wires. Some from their family members, some from friends, and some from business accounts. That caused a huge delay because the buyer was not able to get those third parties to sign the instruction fast enough. And the company documents were, of course, not readily available. We even had one wire from a business who had multiple partners. And one partner was not aware, the other partner was sending out funds. So she reported wire fraud. That prompted an investigation and put everything to a halt. So you can imagine the mess. But please remember, if your buyer is sending in the initial deposit to escrow from a third party, that deposit is not good until the third party signs off. So think about this. Do you really have a good faith deposit in escrow if the third party never signs off. And in a situation where there is an agreement to release funds to seller, if the third party never signed off, even if we have the funds, technically it is not the buyers, and escrow cannot release those funds to seller.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. Now, the next question is for Alina Cheou with Glen Escrow. What is the impact on buyers obtaining fire insurance right now?
Well, thank you for having me to let us share what's going on in our industry. As you know, the major insurance companies that are no longer writing insurance policy. And with the hurricane that just happened, that just placed a moratorium on all policies written in California. And if your buyer is living in a very high fire hazard severity zone, then the premiums are commanding up to 60,000. So you have to be careful on residentials and as well as commercial properties. We have had checks being rejected even after they given us a quote. So we closed escrow, we wrote a check, we sent it over, and they returned it. They don't cash it, and they're not binding that policy. Yeah, so that's been a huge impact. It's happening because this happened to our other escrow company, our branch office in Glendale. They've had a lot of checks returned. And the one of the stories is that I'm gonna share is an escrow officer. She was purchasing a home in this very high fire hazard zone, and she got a quote, and the premium came out to be almost 20,000. So she ended up canceling the escrow. So that what I suggest the agents tell the buyer to do is to obtain the quote when you first open escrow. So at least they know what they're getting into before they remove contingency. Because you have this through escrow, you remove investigation contingency. So you do have to have them do that. So that would be a suggestion, that it would be good for them to, and also if they want to even bind the policy. So if the buyers get the quotation, so one of the things they could do is also just pay the premium right there. So then you know that the policy has been binded. So that way they cannot back out. But as an escrow procedure, what we normally do is we overnight those checks now for payment. We either wire or overnight those payments so they get them right away. And then we know whether it's gonna have any chances of them rejecting it or not. So hopefully, let your buyers know ahead of time and have them be prepared to do that. Thank you.
Well, just imagine if we get an earthquake, then we're all done, right? No more insurance. So, Silvia Mora with Loyalty Escrow. What are the risks clients run by not calling the escrow company to confirm wire instructions?
Good morning, everyone. So this is crucial when your clients are wiring money to us, because there's a lot of wire fraud out there. So the scenario we have run into, I was ready to close the transaction and I had talked to the client around, 10 a.m., run the wire instructions with them, gave them the account number. As a prevention, we do on our wire instructions, we send them encrypted directly to the client, but we do not include our account number. So clients, lenders, anyone that's wiring us money has to call our office to get that account number. So that's a prevention for us to avoid fraud, right? I had spoke to the client at 10 a.m. around 11:30. He sent me and forwards me an email saying, Silvia, I thought we spoke about this. Why are you sending me new wire instructions? I said, I haven't sent you any new wire instructions. He's like, I forwarded the email. So I opened up the email and yeah, my name was there. My signature was there. My wire instructions, cover letter, everything was the same except the account number and except my email address. So yes, it said Silvia Mora on the email on top, but when you click to see that email address, it was not my email address. So again, it's very, very crucial that you guys, I know agents go on a rush all the time because you guys have shows, you guys have appointments, meetings, But it's very important that you take the one extra minute to always confirm with your client that they got the wire instructions, that they called the escrow, and especially if you guys are actually the client, because it can happen as well. Call me, call your escrow officers, that's what we're there for, or assistants are going to confirm that information with you guys. It has happened with lenders as well, same transaction, lender got wire instructions from my email, right? Asking for the funds to close, when I had not even sent them, and why would I even ask for that when the lender funds title? It doesn't fund escrow. But thankfully, we were all in communication and we were able to catch that. And the other good thing about that transaction was that the client somehow worked in a government agency. They were able to track who was the person that was, I guess, tracked and was breaking into their security system to be able to obtain an email. And that was the lender branch office. So the lender did apologize. They said that their security team was working on it, but that's how they obtained our addresses. I'm not sure if my peers here have gotten an email from UWM saying, open up this email, it's your payout. Again, it's crucial that we as the officers are on top of our files, because if you know that you're not waiting for a payout from UWM, you won't click on the email, because it's, again, spam to get access to your emails. And it doesn't matter how many firewalls or everything that we can do to protect ourselves, they're getting good at this. They're gonna, even via fax, they send you a fake fax. So for us, it's crucial that we confirm, right, that we have the correct information when ordering payoff, or the client calls us to obtain their correct wire information. So yeah, that's what it is. And that's the answer to my question.
Great response. That's amazing what the bad guys are trying to do. Why it's so important to always be in communication with your team, so always till the end. Okay, the next question is for Alba Moy with Moy Escrow. What happens when someone reports a deed without title insurance?
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for allowing us to be here. There's a lot of document accommodation deeds being recorded nowadays. So when you record a deed without title, the benefit of title insurance, the title company is going to require an affidavit of uninsured. That's going to end some response. And that affidavit has to be signed and thrown at a different notary that notarized the original deed. And because of fraud, when you commit frauds, they want to make sure that the client signed, the person signed without duress for fraud. And also the title company will be requiring a favor of information because they need to clear that person's name. So if the person has any liens against their name, it's going to be zero before in close escrow. We just recently had a transaction where it's a husband and wife. The husband found a girlfriend in 2018 and took off with the woman and said, "Here, I was signing a joint deed to you, good thing to the property to you. I don't want it to the property." Well, last year, we tried closing the transaction, and the husband needed to do an affidavit. And all of a sudden, he sees money, and he didn't want to sign the affidavit. And he claimed if we had gotten a waiver or something like that, because it happened so in 2018, we had a big problem because his husband decided that he wanted half of the property in order for him to sign the affidavit of uninsured. So the wife, well, yes, the wife, but he wasn't divorced yet. So she had to go back to court or decided in her favor. But the court awarded him $3,000. So she said, use it for your mental health. So there's always, issues. So thank you.
Good advice from Alba Moy. The next question is coming back to Jacqueline Cheou. The property has a homeowners association. What is the first thing I should know?
Well, some properties have more than one HOA. There may be a master HOA that maintains the larger common areas. And then there is a sub HOA that covers special amenities like a lake, tennis courts, and pool facilities. Whether you are representing the buyer or the seller, it is always important for you to know that it's always important for you to know how many HOAs there are. Okay, the information needs to be given to escrow so then we can contact the HOA and get notify them of the transfer and get the HOA documents for the buyer to approve and also clear any unpaid balances that the seller may have. We had a transaction where listing agent and the seller had only disclosed the one HOA and forgot about the second HOA. After escrow closed 5 months, the seller called and said, the second HOA is still deducting the HOA dues from my account. And then at that point, they needed to tell the buyer about the second HOA, and buyer was, of course, not happy. It took them a few more months to get this settled, and the seller ended up having to absorb all those HOA dues for all those months. But, you know, I'm glad they got it settled, but it could have been ugly, right? If the buyer decides to sue. And then just the other day, I had another transaction where this listing agent only tell us about one HOA. After the documents were sent out to the buyer for review, the buyer came back and said, what about the second HOA? We're like, we didn't know anything about that. But luckily, it was early enough in the transaction where we still have time to get the documents out to the buyer for approval. So please, when you get the listing, ask the seller how many HOAs there are and do some investigation yourself. If the community looks large and has special amenities, chances are they will have more than one HOA. So don't just assume, please ask and investigate.
Very good information. I know with Duluth Community Developments, we have up to multiple HOAs, so that's really pertinent. Second question for Alina Cheou, Glen Escrow. What does a seller carryback have to do with withholding requirements?
Well, in today's market, the rates being so high, you know, creative financing always come back into play. And one of those is a seller's financing. So when you have a seller's financing, the good thing is they do have an addendum. It's called a seller's financing addendum. And in there, it covers all the pertinent information. So of course, the amount, the interest rate, the type of payment, they charge, all those things that you want to attach. But I don't believe it covers whether there's withholding requirements. Okay, if your seller is selling a property and they are not exempt, you did not qualify for an exemption for the franchise withholding of 3.33. In escrow, we will pay 3.33 on the down payment. But on the balance, if you schedule your financing to be payment of principal and interest, the buyer has withholding duties. They do have to pay 3.33% on the principal portion that is paid on the installment sale. So if you do it with interest only, then there's no withholding on that amount. But whenever you pay the principal, when the buyer does pay principal, then they have to do the 3.33% financing withholding. So if you have a monthly payment of principal and interest, you have 12 payments, which each payment, they have to fill out the form, send it to IRS, not IRS, sorry, the franchise tax board for payment of that withholding to the franchise tax board. So just bear that in mind when you guys are scheduling and preparing the seller's financing, that the buyer is aware that they do have withholding duties. Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you for that. Next question goes to Silvia Mora, Loyalty Escrow. Why is it important to have the statement of information returned to us as soon as possible? That long sheet.
Well, it is a long sheet and it has a lot of your personal, or the client's personal information, such as social, residence they live within the last 10 years, and their occupation. The reason it's important that us escrow get it right away after we open and send out the packages is because if we get a prelim where the seller has a lien on taxing, And he's like, no, that's not mine, that's not my lien, that's not my lien. The only way that escrow can actually verify if it's your lien or not is by us sending that side to title and title running it and confirming that does not belong to them. Especially if your client has a common name, it's gonna, and the lien is gonna pop out that doesn't even belong to them. But the only way that we're gonna be able to remove it is by title running that statement of information and confirming what your client had been saying, that it didn't belong to him or her. Another reason why is because maybe the buyer, is buying, and when we run the SI, happens to be that they have no child support lien. That will be a problem for the lender if he's trying to qualify your client. But again, if it's not your client, by running the SI, they can clear it and see that didn't belong to the buyer either. That's the main reason I want to say that, we need the statement of information back as quick as possible.
That's really good information. On a personal note, I remember the first time I sold the house, it came back with, the question was, do you owe child support? I'm like, I've never been married before. And so those are good examples of why it's important to fill the sheet all the way. Okay, next question is for Alba Moy with Moy Escrow. Problems with multiple sellers.
I'll make it quick, Sean. I know your timing is up. Well, when you have multiple sellers, there's always disagreement, not only between husband and wife, they could be siblings. And if they have disagreements, if they cannot work it out, of course, they're gonna see an attorney, and the attorney will have to go to court, and the court will have to make the decision. And if the seller or the person doesn't want to sign, then the court will appoint the clerk to sign on behalf of that person, grant deed or quitclaim deed or anything like that. So in my particular case, this mother added her 5 children on title and two siblings, the 2 boys and 3 ladies. And the 2 boys wanted to sell, but the 3 daughters did not want to sell. So they each got their own attorney and they went to court, and the court ordered the property to be sold. So now the funds are with the courts, and they're still fighting with the distribution. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think that's all the time we have right now. If you want to ask some questions, please reach out to me. I think we're all going to hang around for a little bit, but they'd be glad to help you out with that. What is the next? Who's up next?
Go on up first.
Thank you, Rebecca.
You're gonna introduce all of
We want to thank our affiliate. You did a wonderful job explaining the important issues for us. We're excited to announce that West End Gable Valley Realtors has a new and improved website. Please welcome our CEO, Albert Tran, who's going to tell us all about it.
Okay, I just want to first of all recognize somebody who did a video for us here. That person sitting in the back, Derek. We were able to convert the video into the website. You can see it. It's a brand new website. We just launched it on Monday. Yeah, so it's been waiting for a long time. I know that I have this been asked me for a few years, and we have an older website. It's not a good information, so we had it now. Very simple to use. Very few pages down. You can see when you can read all about West End Gable Valley Realtor on the left-hand side. This button over here, read more. Or if we're looking for somebody who joined the association, just click on join WSGVR or join as affiliates. Very simple process to do. On the right-hand side, you see the latest events. List all the events, just like today. You can see it, MLS breakfast meeting and so on. So just click on it and take you directly to the events, and you can sign up for it. They're very simple to use. Under here, I would like to show, we have many, thanks to God, thanks so much that today we have over 90 people show up in the room. So we can see more and more people coming back, which is a good news. Thanks so much for our affiliate consistently come to the association every week. I'm going to show you some features very nice for you. We're going to try to promote this more so the our members can look for you under this 5A affiliates, and it categorizes it in So if I'm looking for construction, I can go directly to that box, construction, environmental, education, fly. I saw John in the back there. ESCO, you see all the wonderful panel, ESCO panels here.
Can you click on it, Albert?
Huh? I
Can you click
on
so
it,
they can see?
definitely. I can click on that. Thank you for asking that. This is our locations and the list 10 from 10 ESCO company. And this is all up to date. All up to date. It's a different from the booklet that you received because booklets we printed out in April and then somebody joined in May and so on. The name is not there. So this is all up to date. And we give the information, the email, the phone number, the address, the company name. So the members can directly find them. So go direct, still almost the same information there.
The contacts at the bottom.
Actually, you look on the right-hand side to give the address of that, the map of that location too, which is not bad at all. So you can look it up the other members by click on file router and then put in the name over here. I'm gonna look for Lorraine and her name show up. Okay. Anyone, so you can click it and find her. So that's a pretty cool feature. Yeah. And underneath here, members resources, you can find a lot of information about members, education, all the education classes, events, calendar too. And then if you were looking for real estate education, you just click on those drop down. CMLS education, Supra training. So a lot of Supra have a lot of training classes there too. CAR and AR destinations. Get involved. We put in like you vote coming up next year. You vote, act, and then to contribute to that Road to Action Fund. Talk about fair housing, housing affordability, and then so on. Global. We are very big in international in this association here. So we list all our partner that we have so far. It's all the MOU partner that we signed up with. You can see from the countries, and we're gonna have more and more of them coming in as we go. Commercial, we also pretty big in commercial here. Every month we do have education classes. All the video that we have captured for the last few years on YouTube are here. So you can also go. We produced over 800 videos during COVID and a little bit prior to that too. So it's incredible. About us, sorry, I can't see over this side here, but I can see from up there about us. So you can see our missions, board directors, committees. Anyone to join any committees, this is a place where you can go in and find the information. Look at our staff, the government, government documents, newsroom. Somebody yesterday sent me an email asking for a newsletter, international newsletter. I said, okay, fine, let's do something for them. One of our members actually. So you can look at it and it lists all the newspaper, both English newspaper, Chinese newspaper, Spanish newspaper, some of the most popular one. I just found out some of the Vietnamese newspaper. If you see anything like Thai newspaper or whatever you want to, love to add it in the list as the list grow bigger and bigger. Okay. So those are the thing. And then if you want a room rental, you can go to room rental here, click on it, and it lists all the facility that we have. Anybody use a member hub before? At one time or the other? Good. We have about 20-30% of people here using it. We want 100% of people using that member hub, please. It is available from 9 to 5 at no charge. You can take your clients there. Anyone, all affiliates, love this. You go there, take your clients, and then negotiate with them, talk to them. And then also you can rent a mailbox. We have about 10 people using our mailbox now. We have about 105 mailboxes available for you. And we collect those mails go directly here. We sort them out and put it in the mailbox for you to get. Many of you have a single office, something that you don't want to rent the office, to save it, just rent the box here. Very nice. And we list all the square feet that you can see right there too. You can rent this space We do have broker renting the space now for the next 2 months. And we do have some costs for that too. And we list all kind of TVs, how many TVs we have in each room and so on. So go there and check it out. It's pretty interesting. By the way, the office next door member hub used to be rented out to a couple of people. We think it's now worked out pretty well. So thanks to Lorraine premise community, turn that into a member benefit space as a part of a workspace. Lorraine, Sean, and then Mindy, she's not here. So thank you for the committee thinking about member first. I think that's the thing. And you can also contact us and so on. So I don't want to take too much time. So please visit our website. If you have anything you want to add into the new website, if under our control, we can do it, we do it. Thanks again. Oh, what question we were asked about CMLS? Not much happening anymore, but if you go into go to CMLS and you can log in, right? MLS login. If you click on it and you couldn't log in the RE Center Hub, there's a function down below say forget password, and you click on it. But anyway, you click on it, you can log in. Just the ones that forget password, you can just type it in. Your email send it to you, but it asking for sometimes asking for your member ID number. Call the office. We will help you out. Our staff here is very friendly, very customer service oriented. They will help you 100%. Me too. I will help you too. So thank you very much for your.
Thank you very much. You've been very busy. This is really quite impressive. I'm going to check it out when I get back to my office. So thanks again. Now we have our attendance drawing. Remember, all West San Gabriel Valley members are included in the attendance drawing, but not all can be displayed. Today our pot is at $625. If you don't get a winner, $25 gets added to the pot each week until somebody wins. The pot will begin again at $25 once we have a winner. If for our last breakfast meeting of the year, we still don't have a winner, we'll draw a lucky winner at that time. The winner must be here in person at the association and a West San Gabriel Valley wheelchair member to win. When your name is called, you must announce that you are present. If we call your name 3 times and you don't respond, move on. No exception.
Olivia?
All right. Oh, we have Selena Chen. Selena. You say you're not here, but I haven't called your name for the 3rd time. Selena Chen. All right, Selena. All right, now we have the Amazon gift card drawing. We'll select 3 winners from those attending in person. Each will receive $25 Amazon gift card. Good luck. Pauline Lamb. Pauline. All right, the next one is, oh, Kimberly Shee. All right, the very last one, Cecilia Wynn. Please make sure to participate in our education class. A list of the upcoming classes is displayed on the screen and available on our website. So we've got those that are there, and I don't want to read them all off today because we're short on time, I'm told. All right, now we have the 50-50 raffle. All right, so here we have $57. $67. Okay, 377-810. 377-810. That's
Right. So, they like to need it.
And now we can map and then you're now we have 30 seconds. Up to the all right. You must be active. So here we have Darren Brandon.
Oh my goodness.
Special Events Committee.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, You know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by. You know how I feel. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good.
All right, hey everybody. So I'm Derek, you guys already know Brandon. We are the Special Events Committee and we are putting on a prom as our special members membership appreciation event. So we'll be doing a prom next month or October. We're gonna finalize the date very soon with you guys. But we wanted to just go ahead and let you guys know early so that way you can get your prom dresses, get your tugs, get already, get your birds flying high, coming off the limos. But we're gonna have a really, really good time. Another thing that we wanted to let you know is that it's not just gonna be an ordinary prom. We're also gonna do a talent show. So this talent show, we would like for people to, submit an audition because we're only gonna hold about 10 acts. This is open to not only you guys, but your family members. So if you have a family member who has a talent that you would like to showcase, that'd be a great opportunity for them to be able to do
Adults
that.
only.
So in the next coming weeks, you'll see a lot more details, a lot more updates about it, but just be on the lookout. Look out for me and Brandon to give you guys any updates and details and have a good one. Yeah, guys.
Thank you, Derek and Brandon. Sounds really good. Keep it ready. All right, so join us next week, September 7th, as we welcome Stephen Chan and Wing Ho from Tag Design Works. The meeting is now over. Thank you very much for attending. See you next week.